Hi friends. I've been following the stories of the fires out in Northern California. Fires started by weather when lightning has struck where there is very dry brush and ground, and the fires are rapidly spreading. All the ranchers out there are carefully watching these fires coming closer to their property, where they have their animals, their livelihood, where they have their homes and their families. They're keeping an eye on it, and they are taking care of one another. They are taking all of the machinery that they have toward the fire lines to clear out any brush, to try to slow down, to remove the fuel for the fire. Those who have to evacuate have to take all of those animals and find a place that is safe for them to be. And so the other ranchers are taking them in. They are feeding their horses, they're feeding their cattle. Even young children are carrying water to make sure they are well cared for. People are cooking for one another. They are taking care of one another. They are loving one another well. Our story on Sunday was a story that Jesus told about a farmer who had a very abundant crop. And rather than sharing it with those in need, this farmer said, I am going to build bigger barns so that I can store it and keep it all to myself. And so Jesus' point was that we need to stop thinking so much about ourselves and start thinking about others. That rather than focusing on the me, that we need to focus on the we. And so I was thinking about these ranchers and how rather than just keeping themselves safe, rather than staying and figuring out how to water down everything in their area and keep their family safe, or rather than just leaving and running and taking care of themselves, how they truly take care of one another and how everyone pitches in to do it. From the youngest children to the oldest, how they are using all of their equipment, all of their muscle, all of their time. It's not, I'm too busy right now, I need to take care of my own thing. Or I have family in town, so sorry, can't make it, would love to help, just can't now. These people drop everything to care for one another. It's just their way of life. They don't really think too much about it. And I just love the way that it can go from that me to the we. How can I help? And yes, certainly if that fire changes course and starts coming toward them, I'm sure they will expect their neighbors to do the same, but I don't think they're doing it because they are hoping, cashing in on maybe later, they're going to need that help. They're doing it because they love one another, care for one another, and it is the thing to do. So maybe this week we can think about how can we change that me to we? What extra do we have that we can share with those in need? It may be extra money, it may be extra food that we could donate to a food pantry to those in need. It may be time, it may be compassion, it may be care. It might be sitting with someone who's lonely and just listening. Maybe making some pictures and taking them into a retirement home where it might bring joy to those who need it. It might be volunteering to do some yard work to help clean up an area that would make other people smile and bring them joy. Think about what extra you have and how we might share it, how we can take our me and change it to a we. Have a good week, friends.